Beaumont, this is over at the Beaumont Municipal Airport on Highway 90, 21. So it's not bad. These are sustained winds. As far as the gusts to 33, gusts to 35 into orange, but Port Arthur's seeing a gust to 53. So things will start picking up here within the next hour in through city of Beaumont, and especially over towards Orange County.
Okay, so if we can touch base with Jaleesa now, I just wanted to get those numbers for you. 21 miles per hour in terms of the sustained winds in Beaumont right now. If we take a look at our landmark
40,
right now,
40
Jaleesa,
sustained, our gusts just went to 40 in Beaumont.
Just went to 40 in Beaumont. Jaleesa, are you feeling a difference?
We're definitely feeling a difference in regards to those gusts of wind. You can kind of feel it come back a little bit more, so I'm kind of take you back a little bit more, and they're happening much more frequently, which is obviously significant as we progress and as we see this night go on through. And with that wind, we are seeing some outages. We're actually hearing that the Jefferson County Courthouse switched to generated power as the winds had increased, and we're starting to see some power outages right across southeast Texas. There is an extreme wind warning in effect right now, and that's why we're feeling those gusts of wind right here. And we're expecting to see those winds get a lot stronger as this night progresses. And I actually just touched base with Larry in Orange County, whom I met earlier today, who was hunkering down and riding out the storm in his home, just checking in with him. And he said that they are indeed seeing a significant increase in wind right there. He said he still has power, surprisingly, but just down the road, he says his friends tell him that they have indeed lost power down there. So unfortunately, he says it sounds like it's only a matter of time for him as well. But again, we're out here. We do not want you out here. But of course, if you are at home and you want to send us any photos, you can send those on our 12 News Now app. You can send some pictures and videos. Again, don't need to do that outside. You can do that from the comfort of inside your home. We do really want you to be safe. We are being safe as well as we see the rain and the wind continue to pick up here in Beaumont. Again, we're definitely feeling those 40-mile-per-hour gusts come through a lot more frequently now. Again, we're keeping safe though, and we'll keep you posted.
Again. Hey, you got me. All right. Jaleesa, it's Jordan Williams. I had a quick question for you. I've got our energy power grid map pulled up. The gentleman that you were speaking about, where exactly does he live?
He lives on North Teal Road. I believe it's in North Orange.
North Orange? Okay. I just did a refresh. Guys, if you want to come to me, we'll check back with Jaleesa in just a little bit as the conditions change in Beaumont. The gusts there being reported over 40. So this is the energy power grid map. Energy service area. I am seeing some outages right now it's only a handful of customers at this point, but that would be generally in the Pinehurst area. I'm seeing some outages right now also, about 100 customers. I mean, nothing huge at this point, but we are starting to see what I would describe as scattered power outages. This is in the Vider area as well. So we'll be watching these, obviously expecting this to really increase exponentially here in the next little bit. No data yet on that one. Let me do a refresh on this for you folks. I wanted to make sure we were watching the whole area. You know, energy service area also extends well into Louisiana, and you can just see a small snapshot across the state line in the Lake Charles area. All these dots, pretty significant power outages already around Lake Charles. So we'll keep an eye on this throughout the night, and of course we'll link you to this on 12newsnow.com and our social media sites so you can get informed about what's happening in your particular neighborhoods. So we know Southwest Louisiana is getting this worse and worse. I'm going to zoom out just a little farther. Right now, no power outages around Baton Rouge, but we have a crew from ABC News in that particular area of Louisiana keeping tabs here on Hurricane Laura. And as you're looking at the screen here, I believe we just declared that Hurricane Laura has made landfall. Is that correct, Patrick?
It's awfully close if it hasn't. Sure.
Okay. Unfortunately, it appears we've lost your microphone as well. We're going to say.
Okay, how about now?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We've got you.
It is very close. If it has not made landfall, it is awfully close to the coast right now. I would say within 5 miles, maybe 6. Let me try to zoom in.
Well, we're receiving word, and is this from the National Hurricane Center?
Is that what they're saying?
The National Hurricane Center is reporting landfall in Cameron.
Okay. So I won't go against them, but
we'll go with this at 12:05 a.m. Hurricane Laura made landfall as a very strong Category 4 storm. You know, that eye is still significant. It's about to pass over Cameron.
Yeah, it does look like that way, and let's see, I think it's still a few miles off land. At least that's what I'm seeing here on radar. So, okay, it's made landfall.
Well, there you go. The one little animation, and there we have it. But conditions are going to be rapidly deteriorating, including across on our neck of the woods here in southeast Texas. But in places like Cameron, my goodness, they're probably having wind gusts
120 plus.
120 plus.
Probably sustained winds 120, gusts to at least 185, maybe closer to 200. Hard to believe.
And the storm surge, would that be happening now, or does it
follow?
follow?
Oh, gosh, yes. Oh, yeah.
Okay, so storm surge flooding is probably already occurring.
Yep. It is probably, Cameron is probably underwater right now, and it's heading over towards Hackberry and moving north into southeastern Cameron Parish very quickly.
Okay. Let's do a radar update before we go back to Beaumont. I'll let Patrick zoom out just a little bit. Again, if you're watching with us, we want to let you know Hurricane Laura has made landfall about 5 minutes after midnight, as expected, just here in southwest Louisiana. The outer edge of the storm affecting us in Jefferson and Orange counties right now. Patrick is watching wind gusts, say 40 to 50 miles an hour, likely already across the Golden Triangle.
That's exactly right. Seeing some wind gusts, I know, in Beaumont of at least 40 miles an hour. And as you can see, the yellow colorized pixelization. Let me stop this. This is more than likely the extent of the hurricane force winds, maybe a little bit further out. So not too far from moving across the state line here very shortly. But as far as wind speeds, these are current conditions. As far as wind speeds, these are sustained wind speeds of 52 in Lake Charles, 33 into Port Arthur. Wind gusts are in Beaumont, 53 into Port Arthur, and 71 currently into Lake Charles.
You know, Patrick, I was talking earlier about the power outages that Energy's grid was already detecting in the Lake Charles area. I understand we have some new video showing lights flickering and perhaps going out around Lake Charles. They're going to be hit so hard by this, not just by the wind, but also the storm surge. And you can see this is some video, looks like a crew perhaps at a hotel dealing with the wind. Can we listen in?
That rain picking up, the wind picking up, those waves start to come in there. Storms here estimated to be anywhere from 9 to upwards of 20 feet in some spots. It's going to be a long night.
That's NBC's Morgan Chesky checking in from Lake Charles. This video, like it was taken within the hour. So again, we had landfall of Hurricane Laura as an extremely dangerous major hurricane, Category 4, right around Cameron, Louisiana, just 4 minutes ago. And now the storm about to inflict its on a place that has such haunting memories. We talked about Hurricane Audrey that hit this part of the country 1957. Let's look at the wind gusts right now. 12:09 here this morning. Gust of 53 in Port Arthur. Patrick, is that at Jack Brook?
Yes,
that's
exactly.
the Port Arthur side. We've also got Beaumont registering 40-mile-an-hour wind gust. Would be at Beaumont Municipal.
That's correct. On
right
90.
there on Highway 90. So that's on the far west side of the city. So it's certainly possible. We've been talking about the tight with the winds. It's certainly possible if you're, say, downtown, maybe at Lamar, in different parts of Beaumont, that you may be having already stronger wind gusts than that.
Looking at tropical storm force wind gusts already in southeast Texas now, especially the triangle.
As you do that, we're going to bring back in Jaleesa Irizarry. She's live at 105 and East Terra. Tell us how much wind you're seeing.
We're seeing those gusts pick up right now, actually, and it's getting pretty significant. As I was standing by for you, it was kind of a prolonged gust of wind that we were feeling here. And you know who else is feeling some significant wind right now? It's the residents in Orange County, and I actually have Larry from Orange County on the phone with me right now. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Larry, how are things going in Orange County right now? Tell me, what are you hearing? What are you seeing?
Okay. Well, what I saw was a bolt of lightning, and then suddenly lights are out. And in the distance, I've been hearing this off and on for the past 30 minutes. It sounds like transformers blowing up, but I could be wrong.
Okay, it sounds pretty loud, though.
Yeah, it's a distant boom.
Okay.
Early, it was a much closer boom, but now it's more distant.
And it's lights out for you right now. You have lost power out there?
Yes, I have lost power entirely.
In regards to the transformers you believe that may be blowing up out there, is that something you've heard from the previous hurricanes you've ridden out?
Yeah, that's what happens. The trees knocking down power lines, or maybe there's a surge of some kind, as in lightning, and start popping.
Okay, so you are seeing a significant come through right now in Orange County?
Not a significant amount. I saw several bolts to the southwest, but that was about it.
Okay, Larry, we want to make sure you're staying safe as well. You prepared well for this storm, and you've ridden out storms before, right? Tell me a little bit about what you've made.
Well, basically, the preparations are that you just have to, think, what am I going to do without power for the next week or 2 weeks, and then stock up from there. And throughout the year, you try to, take batteries that are weak so they don't fall on your house.
Absolutely, and one of those things when you know you're going to lose power is to conserve that battery, Larry. So I'm going to let you go. I want you to be safe, okay?
All right.
Take care.
Appreciate you.
That is Larry. He lives on North Hill Road. He says it's around North Orange. He's been riding out the storm up there, and I've been texting back and forth with him. I had interviewed him earlier in the day. He said he saw a lightning boom, and he completely lost power. So now he is riding out this in the dark in Orange County. In regards to some winds, again, we're starting to see them pick up. Those gusts of wind slowly starting to whoosh up, I believe. I was told earlier today or just a few minutes ago, that those have gone up to 40 miles per hour, and we're feeling them. You can see them right now as it kind of pushes us this way. But again, we're staying safe. And the rain, still steady, light still, but it's a steady rain. It's just kind of continuously going. The good news, there's no power outages in this area. All the lights seem to be on here, but the wind has definitely been steadily.
Jaleesa, I want to go to the energy power map that we're tracking. Folks, this is, we can link you to it on 12newsnow.com. If you come to know you, she was just interviewing that man in Orange, and in the past, more than 22,000 homes and businesses have lost power in Orange. Again, this is the grid that we're watching. Zoom in here, and you can see some of what we're tracking. He's actually the state line, and I'm actually going to apologize. My fault. The outage with the 22,000 is actually in Benton. But we'll zoom back here. This data is refreshing right now. Looks like the Mauriceville area, we've had a significant number of customers affected there. This makes more sense. Again, my fault on that. Mauriceville, pretty much in the dark at this point, 1,700 customers. I'm going to zoom in here. A handful of outages just outside Mauriceville. Again, we're also going to look over here in places like Viter, see power outages coming in there. So we're going to continue to track this, but I'm going to zoom out one more time, see as I pan across. This gives you the perspective. Here's Beaumont, here's Orange along Interstate 10, and this huge swath of southwest Louisiana already lost power as they're starting to see these hurricane-force wind gusts. I believe they were telling me, I apologize, a lot of information coming at me here. I believe we've also got, perhaps was it our Skycam in Orange that you were offering up? Okay, new video from Lake Charles. Let's go to that. And we can see some of the power flashes. You know, Patrick, this is consistent with the type of power flashes you see in tornadoes. That's the transformers blowing and the circuits going down. So I'll let you.
What am I looking at?
You know, I don't know. It almost looks like surveillance footage, not particularly clear. Oh, that is the I-10 bridge. So that is one of the Louisiana Department of Transportation cameras. And yeah, that would appear to be power flashes in the distance there. So we certainly know Lake Charles has had force wind gusts, perhaps worse at this point, Patrick, right?
Oh gosh, definitely.
Okay.
Without a doubt.
All right. We're going to go to Randy Smith, who is with us live right now, tracking some of the social media posts as we watch Hurricane Laura move ashore. Brandy?
Well, Jordan, when you're talking about power outages, I mean, this is a really clear visual of why. This is in Lake Charles. Morgan Chesky's a reporter for NBC, giving us a look outside the balcony of where they're staying. He says you can hear the wind getting stronger, and you saw just a second ago as he peers outside, the rain pouring down, the trees bending in the wind. Some updates on road conditions for you. Want to let you know that I-10 in Louisiana is closed. So eastbound is closed from the state line, and I-10 westbound is closed west of the Atchafalaya Basin. So there are detours. You shouldn't be on the road anyway. No need to worry about detours. TxDOT says I-10 in Texas is still open, but encourages you to use drivetexas.org. For any emergency reason you need to get out, you can check conditions that way. Also an update, the Rainbow and Veterans Bridge access points in Port Arthur, they are now closed. You can imagine what the wind speeds up at the top of those bridges are right now. TxDOT says after Laura passes, its crews are going to begin evaluating the roads for any damage, start removing debris. They're going to have crews throughout the state coming in to assist. So just something to be aware of. Even once the storm passes, that doesn't mean roads are going to be clear to travel. Think about that as you plan in the hours and days ahead. Some other things I want to just really quickly, and I'm sure you guys have talked about this, for flash flooding, you may see as the rain pours in, never ever drive through still or moving flood waters or on flooded roads. You know the saying, turn around, don't drown. We can't remind people enough. Also, if your vehicle for some reason stalls in deep water, if you're driving, the water comes up too fast, leave it, move to higher ground if you can do so safely. And we're not just talking about driving as a danger. Don't walk or swim through flood water either. You don't know what's in there. That water is dark, it's murky, it can be deep. You don't know how powerful it is or what kind of debris could knock you off your feet in those cases. So I just want to wrap up this, all the prayers going out for people affected by Laura. A lot of love sent to folks in East Texas, Lake Charles, praying for everyone in Southeast Texas and Louisiana. Jordan.
Brandy, thank you so much for that perspective. So many prayers coming in from across the country. I'm sure you, like many of us and members of our 12 News team, have been receiving texts and messages from viewers far and wide. We do want to remind you we are going to stay on the air tonight. We've been broadcasting nonstop since 10 o'clock this morning, helping you and your family stay safe. We want to offer the reassurance that we are here for you. We're going to be with you through the duration. We thank you for sticking with 12 News. Chief Meteorologist Patrick Vaughn remains in our Storm Tracker Center. He's watching the latest gusts, some of the new data coming in. These update fairly frequently, Patrick, and we're starting to see, what you guys like to call ground truth from our cameras. We've had Jaleesa reporting there from 105 and 69 in Beaumont, starting to see the gusts intensify.
That's exactly right, and they're only going to go up. Already seeing the winds at tropical storm force wind gusts now occurring across the triangle. Everybody reporting in the triangle tropical storm force wind gusts. And to put things in perspective, Jordan, we had a wind gust of 55 miles an hour a couple weeks ago. So we're not far from that, what we experienced in Beaumont about 2 or 3 weeks ago, right over Beaumont. Otherwise, wind gusts have been at hurricane force into Lake Charles. They are now at around that. And, we'll look at actual wind speeds. And as you can see, 20 to 30. Let me go back to that. Yeah, 20 to 30 across the triangle right now. Sustained winds, 30 mile per hour sustained winds in Beaumont, 52 into Lake Charles, but you factor in the west and you're at the anywhere between about 40 to 70 miles an hour across southeast Texas, southwest Louisiana. So where are we headed from right now? We just got this updated. Okay, there we go. Any tornado warnings? Yes, tornado warnings still off to the north and west of Lake Charles, Kinder, Eunice, Crowley, Lafayette, New Iberia, over in towards Acadiana, because of those outer feeder bands rotating in. Again, there is a severe tornado watch in effect for all of southeast Texas, southwest Louisiana, because of for quick spin ups along these feeder bands. There is until 8 a.m. This morning. As far